I cunt as Kali from Prosum and ended up trapped in a hospital elevator with 15 children who thought I could actually control ice. I spent 3 months perfecting my cardial green for Kindra of Con hand sewing, 4,000 sequins, learning to walk in 6-inch ice heels and practicing that signature snowflake hand gesture until my wrist cramped. What I never prepared for was being trapped in a children's hospital elevator during a power outage with 15 kids who were absolutely convinced I could save them with my ice powers. It all started when my friend convinced me to visit the children's ward after the convention. These kids can't come to Mfuliao Con, she said. Imagine their faces when Kali walks in. How could I say no? The visit was going perfectly. I'd sang Let It Go twice, taken countless photos, and was heading back to the elevator when a nurse rushed up with 5 more children who'd missed meeting me. Just one quick elevator ride down to the lobby, she promised. They'd been talking about meeting Kamil for weeks. The elevator was already half full of children and parents returning from the cafeteria. As the doors closed, tiny voices erupted in excitement. IT seal. Suddenly, I was surrounded by wide-eyed kids asking me to make snow and ice castles. That's when the elevator jolted to a stop between floors. The lights flickered, then went out completely before emergency lighting kicked on. A little boy about 6 years old looked up at me with complete confidence and said, "It's okay. Kula can get us out with her powers." 15 pairs of eyes turned to me expectantly. Well, I stammered desperately, looking to the adults for help. But the 2 parents and 1 nurse were giving me the same pleading look as the children. "My powers don't work very well in small spaces," I improvised, "and I need to save my energy for when the rescue team arrives." "But you can freeze the bad parts of the elevator and make it work again," insisted a girl with a rainbow bandana covering her head. "I saw you do it in the movie." For the next 42 minutes, I became the world's most creative Kaliel impersonator. I tried using my powers with elaborate hand gestures and sound effects, explained that elevator mechanics were different from sleighs, and eventually distracted them by teaching everyone the Kalorgerby to let it go in our 3x5 foot space. When one little boy started crying because he was scared of the dark, I knelt down in my elaborate costume and whispered, "Can I tell you a secret? Even ice queens get scared sometimes. But being brave isn't about never being scared, it's about being scared and doing what needs to be done anyway." By the time maintenance restored power, we'd formed our own little kingdom in that elevator. The children had crowned me Elevator Queen Koozies and were performing a play they'd created about a princess trapped in a magic box. As we finally exited to relieved hospital staff, a tiny girl in a wheelchair tugged my dress. "I know why your powers didn't work," she said seriously. "You didn't want to freeze us by accident. That was very nice of you. I've done dozens of rakes since then, but I've never again worn Koli's ice blue dress. Not because it was a bad experience, but because no Greg moment could ever top those 42 minutes when in the eyes of 15 children I truly was a queen with magical powers, even if they didn't work in elevators." Sometimes the most memorable Jean moments aren't the perfect photos or competition wins. They're the times when the line between fantasy and reality blurs just enough to create a little magic in an unexpected place.